As many of us know, finding a job is hard work. So imagine how much tougher it is when you're also dealing with a disability. But thankfully, specialised employment services like Workbridge exist to make that search easier.
Out there in the community are a whole bunch of people within the disability community who have a whole lot of skills, and it's really important for our economy that we get more of those people into jobs.
Workbridge is a professional employment service for people with all types of disabilities, ranging from physical impairments to intellectual handicaps, helping them to enter the workforce.
Disabled people want to get into employment for pretty much the same reasons as everybody else. I think that just everyone really wants to get into employment because they want to have a valued role in society, they want to be able to use the skills that they've got, they want to have more income so they can do all the things that they want to do.
And when searching for employment, disabled job seekers face the same challenges as everyone else, but in addition must also contend with the hurdles that come with their disability.
There's quite a lot of myths out there. One of the biggest fears I think that an employer may have is that a disabled person's going to require a whole lot of additional support, or are there going to be health and safety risks, etc. The biggest barrier for disabled people in terms of getting into employment is the recruitment process, and quite often when someone goes through that process, it may be that people are focused on the person's disability rather than on their abilities.
In New Zealand, 17% of the community has some form of disability. Many choose to hide it, but others have no choice, and it's with those people that Workbridge can help the most.
The first stage is obviously someone comes in and we talk to them about what their hopes and dreams are, what their aspirations are, what sort of job they're interested in, obviously what skills they've got. The next stage, I guess, also is identifying whether they've got any particular support needs because of their disability, injury or illness. Our job is to then try to find an employer.
To accomplish that, Workbridge employs 130 staff in 27 offices nationwide, all dedicated to finding and placing people in productive careers. From their Lower Hutt office, Carol Baylor works as an employment consultant, proactively engaging with employers to find and match jobs to prospective workers.
For the first month, we have considerable contact with the job seeker and with the employer. I'd say at least once or twice a week by telephone with the job seeker, seeing how the role is going with the employer, because sometimes they both have different feelings on how the role is going, and we want to make sure that it does match up.
And unlike many employment agencies, once a placement is made, the service doesn't stop. Jaden Whitaker suffers from dyslexia and verbal dyspraxia, and after working as a powder coater for almost a year, still benefits from Workbridge's support.
Hey Jaden, how are you?
Good, how are you?
How's it going for you?
Oh, it's pretty exciting. I finished this fridge yesterday, so we're just in the process of getting it ready to be shipped off.
Oh, what do you mean by finished? What have you done to it?
Oh, yesterday we had to mask it, as you can see, and we've just finished painting it this morning. So I'm in the process of undoing the masking, and we'll put all the panels on later on today. Carol, she's pretty good. I like talking to her a lot because she just helps me out when I do have a problem, any financial questions I have about my wages, anything, my savings, KiwiSaver. I always go to her and she helps me set it up and just helps me get a better understanding of what I'm actually doing, and anything I need through the job, I kind of just head to her and she gives me the answers straight away.
We're always there for post-placement support, and luckily we're not as busy as the work and income offices, so we can give a more personalised, tailored situation around each client. And we do know our clients quite well. We've been working with them for a little while, looking for work.
Every year, Workbridge helps around 4,000 people with disabilities to find and stay in work. However, their service isn't restricted to supporting the disabled, but also extends to those who employ them.
Well, the advantage in having something like Workbridge is, the worst case scenario I thought was that Carol would bring the person along here, dump them on my doorstep, and then run. Sign them off and that's it, all over. But that's not the case. And I can't speak highly enough of Workbridge because of the backup and the support that I receive.
And that support is given in many forms.
Firstly, there is support funding available to assist employers with paying for any of the disability-related costs. So, that's one thing that we can tick off and support employers with.
We look at differing subsidies for job support if the client isn't eligible for the work and income subsidy. Sometimes it's equipment that may be needed around the person's disability.
And as Warren's discovered with Jaden, there are also personal rewards to employing someone through Workbridge.
So having somebody who's 15, who has no work experience at all, who wasn't doing terribly well at school because of his problems, then to bring that person into the workforce here and see him blossom, it just makes you feel, hey, I know I've done the right thing by employing him.
A lot of international research shows that disabled people are often have low absenteeism in a job, so they don't become unwell like people may assume. A lot of the time, they're often very loyal, and one of the reasons why disabled people are often really loyal in terms once they get a job is because it's often been so hard for them to get a job in the first place. They really don't want to blow that opportunity. Does Workbridge work? Yes, absolutely. I mean, the fact that we get 4,000 people into jobs a year, I think, is evidence of that. It's really important, that we are here because disabled people are less likely to be employed than any other minority group. So, we've got that challenge of trying to get, more employers to be coming on board and working with us.
And Workbridge staff are always looking for businesses and employers keen to help with that challenge and take on one of their clients. So if you have a job you think they can fill, then you can register your position or interest by calling a consultant on 0508 858 858. Equally, if you yourself have a disability and would like to make the most of Workbridge's services, then you can arrange for a consultant to visit you by calling 0508 858 858, visiting their website at www.workbridge.co.nz, or simply popping into one of their 27 offices nationwide.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.